Evans?
Your Honor, we ask that you accept the negotiated plea, but also the location of the incident was his mother's house, not the alleged victim. So we're asking that he's able to go back to the home.
All right, who is she? The owner or lessee of the house is his mother?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Hood and he were staying in the, okay, is the mother staying at the house too?
Yes, it's his mom's home. He and his girlfriend.
You know, he was dating at the time.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anyone. You're on.
Speak up, come forward.
It's his mother's home, but at the time, he and his girlfriend at the time were staying there. And so where that incident took place, she is no longer there. And he's asking to be able to go back to that location.
All right, couple of things. Mr. Davis, how old are you, sir?
45.
Come forward. Step forward for me. Take one step forward. All right, how old are you again?
45.
4 or 5?
45.
Mr. Davis.
45.
What you doing laying up with your girlfriend at your mama's house?
Well, you know.
Let's talk about that.
She went and stayed there. We was dating. You know, she was coming over. You know, she was visiting.
Okay, what you doing? Listen to my words. What you doing laying up at your mama's house? No, sir. First of all, that's disrespectful. You ain't bringing no girlfriend into your mama's house. Bringing trouble to your mama's house. You 45 years old. If you don't have your own place, then you might need to go to a hotel when you want to have fun. But you don't lay up at your mama's house and you don't invite other people into your mama's house. We clear? You too old for that. You too old for that. That's disrespectful. You grown enough and old enough to get your own place. And if you're struggling to get your own place, you might have to have 10 roommates, but you need to be on your own before you inviting female company to your mama's house. No, sir. Miss Williams, you have any objection to the location provision being stricken from the sentence?
No objection. I looked at the property records. Technically neither one of them owns the property. It looks like it might be a rental based off of the actual owner, but at this point in time, there's no objection.
Where you working, Mr. Davis?
Well, I was working at the time. I just had 2 hip replacement surgeries.
Okay. So you getting some kind of disability?
Well, you know, yes, it was in process.
You're in the process?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Davis, even if you share a home with your mother, don't you be bringing no women up in there. Take them somewhere else.
You know, it was not like that, Your Honor. It was just like
y'all was living up in there. She said she was paid. Even if she wasn't living there, she was there enough. You don't shack up in your mama's house. That's just inappropriate. So I'm going to accept your plea of no law. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 30 days credit since the date of lockup. You're to have no contact with Talisha Hood. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. No shacking up at your mama's house. We don't lay up at our mama's house. That's disrespectful. You good and grown. Get your own place if you want to shack up with folk. All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
The problem is he just picked up another suspended license, so that's what he's being held on right now. So
it's fine.
So there's a third case?
It's new. Yes, he's being held on him right now.
So Mr. Eubanks is already ready for a bond revocation? Because Mr. Eubanks don't learn. Mr. Eubanks thinks we can go ahead and keep getting cases and piling them up. Mr. Eubanks can't get his life together. Mr. Eubanks knows he has no license, but he continues to drive. Do we need to add a revocation to the next court hearing?
Your Honor, we're hoping not. Mr.
Eubanks, you have put your attorney in a bad situation because I've been revoking left and right, sir. Because I'm tired of people, they get one case and they think, oh, okay, I got one case pending. Let me deal with that one case. But the person who is not smart will say, oh, I'm going to deal with it. And then they go get 2, 3, 4 more cases. And then the next thing I know, I'm sitting here with a menace to society, racking up cases on my calendar, threatening the community And it looks like I'm not willing to do anything. So you know what I said? I said, you know what, Judge, they got tools for that. It's called a bond revocation. Start revoking these bonds and maybe people will start using some common sense. You know you don't have no license. Why are you driving?
Your Honor, he said that he was driving to get to and from work. I believe his license was suspended because of child support, so he's been trying to
Pay your child support. You going to work?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
How many jobs you got, Mr. Eubanks? Because I suspect that this is the problem. How many jobs you have?
I have one.
Okay, how many kids you got?
3.
Okay, no, see, there's an imbalance there. That math ain't mathing. You need more jobs. You need at least one job and at least 2 hustles. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life. You need at least one job and 2 hustles. You cleaning out garages, people paying you to work on cars, you detailing, you mowing lawns. What else are you doing besides this one job you got?
I mean, I pay child support, but like when I last month, well, in December, I lost it. I just started back working in
Sir, they didn't just they didn't revoke your
2
license
months.
for one no child support payment. You missed one payment, they ain't
I
revoke
missed
your
3.
license for that.
I missed 3. After 3 payments, they suspend your license. You know.
Have you
Yes.
caught up those payments?
Well, not now because I'm incarcerated.
Because you got one job.
Yeah, I have
See,
one job.
Yeah, you need one job and at least 2 hustles, or 2 jobs and 1 hustle. That math ain't mathing, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You a big grown strapping man. You can be working way more hours than you're working. You ain't got no time to sit down. You got 3 children.
Absolutely. Right.
So please don't come back up in here with the whole, oh, well, I can't keep a license because I can't pay my child support. You gonna figure out how to pay your child support, even if you got to wash out. Look, sir, I noticed that your trash can is dirty. I got a hose. Let me hose that out for you. I'll take $15.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to start doing more than you're doing. Because it's not acceptable. I don't know where we got to this point where people only have one job, but they got more obligation than the job can cover, but they're not doing anything else to get more jobs. I just don't know.
You're right, Judge. You're right, Your Honor.
I mean, for most of my whole teens, 20s, and 30s, I was working a job and a hustle. And my husband, Lord, he got more jobs. I didn't know how there was any hours in the day left. He got jobs and hustles on hustles.
Got to have them hustles.
Yeah, but sir, and they can be legal. I ain't talking about nothing illegal, but you need to be earning more money than you earning. You can't just rely on one job if you're not able to pay your child support. You got to think outside the box and say, what else can I do to bring in income that I can then pay my child support?
Yeah.
Because it's not acceptable to think that the mother of your children or the mothers of your children, they don't get to say, well, you know, I don't have it right now. They don't. Those children are looking them in the face every single day. So they don't ever get to say, I don't have it. But too many non-custodial parents are walking around here talking about, I don't have it right now. You don't get to say that.
Correct. But my children.
I know I'm right.
You're right.
We got too many kids out here going without because the daddy's saying, I don't have it. Y'all don't get to do that.
Miss how? But my children stay with me.
Then how is it you got child support revoked?
Baby mothers. 2 of them.
No, but then you need to go back to court and get it reversed. You're still not doing what you need to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have the children and you are the custodial parent, then you need to go back to court and ask the court to do what they need to do. Don't just accept that you're going to always be without a license. You can't have kids with no license in Georgia. You got to drive. Use some common sense, Mr. Eubanks. I shouldn't have to tell you these things.
Yes, ma'am.
I should not, because you grown enough to have kids. You should be able to think your way out of these situations. If the mothers of your children are getting child support, but you have the children, you need to go to court and fix that. If you don't have enough jobs to cover your child support obligations, you need to pick up another one, part-time or something where you just going and doing work for people and they paying you.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so don't come back in here with yet another charge for something that you could fix. So I'm going to accept your plea on count 1 and count 4. Nolo on 1, guilty on 4. 12 months to serve 2 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $500. And listen to me carefully. The fine is $752 with the surcharges, but I'm going to give you credit for time served on these fines because you need to pay your child support. You don't need to pay the county. You need to pay your child support.
Thank you so much.
Don't come back, Mr. Eubanks. I know we got one more case to deal with, but don't come back on nothing, or two more cases, I'm sorry. But don't come back on nothing having to do with child support. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I don't care if you have to join the French Foreign Legion. You better get that child support straight. All right, you can go back to the sheriff's office.
Your Honor, he wanted the court to know that he's doing a fatherhood program. So,
Okay, complete that program.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can't complete it from inside here in an orange jumpsuit. So get back out there and get it going.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Robert Courtney Gill is next.
Excuse me, Judge, I need to clarify. You're suspending his fines for credit for time served?
Yes, ma'am, on both.
Thank you.
3 kids and 1 job, sir. That's not meeting.